Hello everyone, welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. Today we're making a floral quartet square, this beautiful little thing. We've made a quartet square before when we had 4 mini granny squares that we joined together. This is 4 flowers, hence the name Floral Quartet. So it might look a bit complicated, but it's really not too bad. We'll just work through it together. So grab your hook and yarn. You might want some different colour yarns here. You could do it however you fancy. I'm going to do 2 alternating colours as before. So grab your things and let's get started. Okay, so to start, simply for time purposes, because this video could end up being quite long, I've done round 1. I've done a magic ring and then chain 1 and 6 single crochets into that ring, or you could chain 4 and then do 6 single crochets into that ring and then slip stitch into your first single crochet. So pause the video, do your first round of 6 single crochets, and then we'll move on to round 2. So we are going to chain 2 and then we're going to do a double crochet into the next single crochet. And then we're going to chain 4 and we're going to do a double crochet back into our first chain that we made here. And then we're going to do a double crochet 2 together over the next 2 single crochets. Sorry, the single crochet that you've done your double crochet into here and the next one. So start off ready for a double crochet, go into that last single crochet and do your yarn over, pull through 2 loops, leave the last loop on the hook, yarn over, go into the next single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've got your 3 loops left on the hook, so one that was on there already and the one from each stitch. Yarn over and pull through those 2. So we've got 2 double crochets but only 1 stitch at the top. Okay, so then you're going to chain 4 and do a double crochet back into that first chain that you made, and then you're going to do a double crochet 2 together in the last stitch that you used down here, the single crochet, and the next one. So again, 2 partial double crochets, stop with your last loop and into the next one, stop with your last loop and then yarn over, pull through both, chain 4, double crochet into that first chain and a double crochet over the last single crochet we used and the next one. Sorry, double crochet 2 together. There we go, pull through those last 3 loops. Oops, just throwing my work across the table. Okay, chain 4, double crochet back into that first chain that you made, double crochet 2 together over the last single crochet used and the next one. And so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 2 more petals to make. So chain 4, double crochet into the first chain, double crochet 2 together over the next 2 stitches, chain 4, double crochet into that first chain you made, 4, and we've done our double crochet, and we're not doing another double crochet 2 together because we have our 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 3 and where the double crochet and the chain meets. So into there, do a slip stitch. Sorry for that mistake there. So there we go. You should have 6 petals now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you've got 6 little double crochet in the center. So that is petal 1. Not too bad at all. So there we go. I've just fastened off, and I'm going to pop that aside. And then we need to do petal flower 2. Now, if you are alternating colours, you will need to do this in flower order, because we attach them as we go. So you can't kind of think, I'll do these 2 colours first, because we need to attach them. So we don't make all the flowers identical and then sew them together. They're attached as we crochet. So grab, if you're using a different colour, grab that now, and we'll start on flower 2. Okay, so for flower 2, I've just done exactly the same as I did for flower 1. I've done a ring and made 6 single crochets in the middle and slip stitch to the first single crochet. So pause the video and do that. And then we're going to start our flower in exactly the same way as we started the flower 1. We're going to chain 2, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the next stitch. So these 2 together make our, as if we had a double crochet 2 together. And then we're going to chain 4, and do a double crochet back into that first chain. And then you're going to do a double crochet 2 together over this last stitch you used and the next single crochet. And there you go. And then work around this, making 1, 2, 3 more petals. So you'll have 4 petals all together, and then we'll do the last 2 petals together. Okay, so I've done 3 more petals, so I've got 4 petals all together, and I've finished with that double crochet 2 together. Okay, so this petal, this flower actually would be this way around. We've done these 4 here. We've got our last 2 on this side to make. So bring in your flower 1. And it doesn't matter which way round it is, really, doesn't matter. So you need to have 2 petals at the side, the 2 at the side, 1 at the top and bottom. Okay, and what you're going to do is on this flower 2, you're going to do chain 2 of your 4, pop your hook out, then pop your hook into this chain 3 space. So we did a chain 4, but then we did a double crochet into the first, so we've now got a chain 3 space here. So pop your hook in there, and then pop your loop back on your hook. So we've got this happening, and then you're going to chain 1 around this chain here. So I've just pulled that loop through, and then I'm going to chain 1. Okay, so we've got 2 chains down here and 1 around here, and then you're going to do 1 more chain. So that's your chain 4. And then you're going to continue as before, go into your first chain made, and I think my chain is twisted there, but don't panic. Just find where to go in and go in there to make your double crochet, and then make your next double crochet 2 together as normal. I know it's a bit weird having this other flower sort of flopping down here. Okay, and then we've got our last petal to make, so we're going to do this in the same way around our next petal here. So chain 2, pop your hook out of your loop, pop it into this next chain space here. So we've used this petal here, we're going to go into this next one. So in this chain space, pop your loop back on your hook, pull through, do that chain and do another chain, and then go into your first chain to do your double crochet. Oops. And as we're back at the beginning, we're going to slip stitch where this double crochet and chain 3 join. So slip stitch into there, and that is flower 1 and 2 finished. I'm going to fasten off. Oops. And that is how simple it is to join those 2 flowers together. So we're going to move on to flower 3 now. Flower 3 is this one down here. So we've done 1, 2, and then we're coming down here for 3. So I'm going to change back to my blue. And what you want to do is do your first round again as usual of making 6 single crochets into your ring and then slip stitching into your first single crochet, and I will see you back to do the rest. Okay, so I've done my first round. Now I'm not sure if I told you I was going to do blue again. I think I got myself slightly confused. If I told you that, then I apologise. So I'm back to yellow because I'm doing blue, yellow, yellow, blue, blue, yellow, yellow. So I'm back to here, so it's yellow. So I'm getting myself very confused today. It's not hard. So first round, 6 single crochets, and now we're going to start in exactly the same way. We're going to chain 2 and do a double crochet in the next single crochet. And then we are going to chain 2. We're going to join this to flower 1. So chain 2. We're going to do this pretty much how we joined flower 2 to flower 1. So we're going to join into this bottom petal. So pop your hook out of your loop, pop your hook into this chain space and pop your loop back on your hook and pull through, and then chain 1 and chain 2, and that's all around there now. So you're going to do a double crochet into your first chain, and there we go. And then you're going to work the rest of your flower in exactly the same way as before. Chain, sorry, oh, I told you I'm getting muddled today. Double crochet 2 together over this last single crochet and the next one. 1, 2, and pull through. So now you're going to do your chain 4 and then do your double crochet into the first chain, and then do your 2 double crochet 2 together and work all the way around. Rewind the video to the last flower if you need some help, and when you come back around to the beginning, don't forget you're going to slip stitch where this chain and double crochet join. So I'll see you at the end of this flower. Just rewind the video if you need some help with finishing this flower. And there we go, 3 gorgeous pretty little flowers. So we're going to make our last flower. Now I'm going to use blue. So I started it already when I got myself confused. So start off, do your ring and 6 single crochets, and then do your chain 2 and your first double crochet. So 6 single crochets and then chain 2 and double crochet into that next stitch, just as we usually start off, and then I'll see you back when you've done that. Okay, so you want to grab your other flowers. Now flower 2 up here on the top, you want to first of all chain 2. We're going to join these 2 flowers, so this bottom petal here, go into that chain space, pop your loop back on your hook and through as usual, and then chain 2, and then do your double crochet back into that first chain, just like so. And you can see they're joined nicely there. So now you want to do 3 more petals, so do your double crochet 2 together in this stitch here and in the next stitch, and then do 3 more petals, finish with your double crochet 2 together, and then I'll see you back to join with this one. So you want 4 petals made all together, and then I'll see you for the last 2. Okay, now I know we've got a lot of tails and yarn going on here, and I don't want it to get confusing for you. So if I turn this round, so far this is what we've got. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is here. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 petals there. So now we're going to join to these 2 petals here. Okay, so we're going to do it exactly as we did up the top here. We're going to so you should have finished with your last double crochet 2 together. Okay, so you might want to turn your work upside down for this, it works a bit better. So chain 2, and then pop your hook into this chain. Let's make sure we've got the right petal. So the bottom petal of this one, so the bottom side petal, pop your hook in there, pop your loop back through there, and then chain your last 2. Does that make sense? So we're joining down here, this bottom petal. Okay, and then do your double crochet into your first chain just as usual. Sorry, off the camera there. Double crochet just as usual, and then you're going to do double crochet 2 together just as usual. 2, 1, 2, and now we're on our last petal. So chain 2, pop your hook out, go into this top petal chain space, pop your loop back on and through that space, and then do your last chain 2, and then your double crochet back into that chain and a slip stitch to your first chain up here, just as you always have done, and fasten off. And there are my 4 flowers. Now I know this looks a right mess with all my yarns, but I'm just going to pop these through, and there we have 4 beautiful pretty flowers. So now obviously we need to square this up, and we're going to put a little filler stitch in the center here. Now the easiest thing to do is to sew these ends in first. Okay, if you've used the magic ring, sew your ends in and secure that. When you're sewing these ends in, just try to keep your double crochet 2 together. So I think my lighting's gone a bit weird now, the sun's come back out. So all these double crochet 2 togethers, try to not stitch into those. So if I turn it over, try and sew your yarn in all around everywhere else, but leaving the top of these stitches free, because we need to work into those on the next round. So use all the rest of the back, but just avoid all of these stitches. Okay, and I'll see you when I've got a much tidier piece of work. And here are my cute little flowers with all the ends sewn in all nice and neatly. And I've now joined my border colour into this very top double crochet 2 together. Well, it's actually where we started with our chain 2 and double crochet on this first flower. I've just joined into there with a slip stitch, and then you could do the standing double crochet here if you prefer. I'm just going to do it the usual way. I'm going to chain 3 to count as a double crochet, and then I'm going to chain another 3, which will be our corner space. This will essentially sort of come around like this, and then you're going to make a double crochet back into that same stitch, and that's your first corner. So then you're going to chain 3 and do a double crochet over into this next double crochet 2 together, chain 5, and you're going to do a double crochet over into the first double crochet 2 together of the next flower, chain 3, And now we're going to make another corner. So in the next double crochet 2 together, you're going to do a double crochet, chain 3, and another double crochet in that very same stitch. And there's your next corner. So essentially it's the same as over here. And then down the side here, got a knot. Okay, so down the side we're going to do chain 3, double crochet into the next double crochet 2 together, chain 3, and now because this next double crochet two together here is quite a way down, and then this one on the next flower, so these two here are quite a way down, we're going to do a treble crochet 2 together. So yarn over twice, go into the first stitch here, and yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, leaving that last loop on your hook, yarn over twice, go into the next one here, oops, and yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then pull through the last 3 loops, and there we go, treble crochet 2 together. So then chain 3, double crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, double crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, double crochet into the same stitch, and that's your corner, and then chain 3, double crochet into the next stitch, there. Oops, which is there. Try that again. Chain 5, because we have to come all the way across to here. Double crochet into that stitch. I think this actually might be my slip stitch. I think I might have had my flowers upside down, but it doesn't matter. It's all pretty much the same at the end of the day. Oops, that's not right. Let's try that again. Okay. So, we're going to go into this stitch here and do a double crochet. There we go, chain 3. Double crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, double crochet in the same stitch. Why does that keep happening? There we go. And then you're going to chain 3, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 3, and then we're going to do treble crochet 2 together in this stitch down here and this stitch over here. So yarn over twice, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and again leave that last loop on, yarn over twice, go into the next stitch over here, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through another 2, 3 loops left, yarn over, pull through all 3, chain 3, double crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, and then find your third chain here, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into there, and that is that round finished. There you go. So I'm going to stick with the same colour for the next 2 rounds because this is just starting us off for a square, so it's not really going to show a lot for colour. So let's do our last 2 rounds. So you are going to slip stitch over into your corner space. If you are changing colour, then you want to change colour in this corner space. And then you're going to chain 3 for your first double crochet, and then do 2 more double crochet in that space. And chain 3. 3 more double crochet in this corner space. And chain 1. 3 double crochet in this next space. Chain 1. In this next space, which is a chain 5, you want to do 2 double crochet. One, 2, chain 1, and 2 more double crochet. 1, 2, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next space, sorry. Chain 1, and then do your corner, 3 double crochet. Scooch them around, chain 3 and 3 double crochet. Yarn getting a bit tight there. Get some more. Three, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next space. Chain 1, 2 double crochet in the next space. Then chain 1, which goes over your treble crochet 2 together, and then chain 2 double crochet in the next. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next space. Chain 1, and you're back to your corner. So repeat this all the way around. You've got 2 more sides, so just repeat it from the start, about 3 minutes back, and do your last 2 sides. Okay, so when you get back to the start, you're just going to slip stitch into your top chain of your chain 3. And that, as they say, is that. Looking pretty cute. Pretty and cute. Okay, so for our last round, we are going to do single crochets, and we are going to start that with a chain 1 and single crochet into that same stitch, or well, it's a chain, but single crochet into there and single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And then in your corner, you're going to do single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet, and then along here single crochet 1 into each stitch and single crochet into your chain space all the way along. And that is as simple as this round is. So 1 into each stitch, 1 into the chain space all the way along. When you get to your corner space, don't forget it's single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Continue that all the way around, and then I'll see you for our final little bit in the middle. Okay, so I've just slip stitched into my first single crochet and fastened off. If you need to do another round of single crochet to bring your square up to size, then of course go ahead and do that. So we're now going to make our centre filler piece, which is this part here. It just stops the square being quite so floppy in the centre as it's got this big gap. So join your colour into one of these centre double crochet 2 togethers. I'm just joined up here, and then you are going to chain 2, and we're going to do a double crochet 3 together. So go into that first double crochet 2 together and yarn over, pull through and pull through your first 2 loops. Then yarn over, go into the next one and pull through those first 2 loops. Yarn over and into the next one and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You've got three loops from your stitches and your last stitch. Yarn over, pull through all 3, and then yarn over and fasten off. Sorry, off the camera. There we go. Pull it through, pull there, pop that to the back, and there we go. Try and move these pieces of yarn out of the way so you can see what's happening. There you go. There's your little centre filler. So that is the end of our square. I think you'll agree that it's pretty cute and actually not quite as tricky as it looks. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful and helpful, and if you have, then please click that like button and give us a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button too if you haven't already. And I can't wait to see your photos over in our Facebook group, and there's a link to that in that description below. Until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.